Welcome to TMZ Sports, everybody. LeSean McCoy, evidence surfaced that he got into a brawl in a nightclub, Recess Lounge in Philly to be specific, late on Saturday night, early Sunday morning to be even more specific. Those reports surfaced on Monday. Videos surfaced on Tuesday, which would be today as we speak. Have a look right here. The fight allegedly over a champagne bar tab, Francis?
Do we know whether it was, what's the standard go-to? Moe? Bottle of Moe champagne?
Moe champagne?
Yeah. What's the main, is that not one of the most
I only drink
ones?
champagne on like New Year's Eve, so I don't really know too much.
think-
I mean, Andre's the cheap stuff.
Cristal's
Cristal's
wine,
the good
Moe's-
stuff.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just cheap.
Who knows?
I'm not Scottish.
Regardless, some more information for you guys regarding LeSean McCoy. According to Pro Football Talk, the arrest warrants are imminent. It was two off-duty police officers that the player, LeSean McCoy, did not know it was an off-duty police officer. Regardless, you saw what he did via the TMZ Sports video with the arrow and the punch to the side, it seems like. Those two officers, off-duty officers to be specific, broken ribs. Both had broken ribs. One had an orbital fracture. Pro Football Talk stated earlier, arrests are imminent, and they are definitely involved. LeSean McCoy was definitely involved in the fight. He was with ex-running back Curtis Brinkley, yes, amongst other players. And Meek Mill was there, but he had nothing to do with the fight.
No.
Just the information.
Encouraged it with his music.
That's what we have for you so far. It goes to prove, once again, that you shouldn't get into bar fights. You shouldn't get into club fights because someone always has a cell phone nowadays and you're going to get caught.
I love how people say as well, like, oh, no videos have emerged yet when it's launched.
Well,
you just know that it's going to
difference
happen.
is huge. It's sad today that, and this is like, I guess you can go back, always goes back to it, no matter what clip we do, no matter what news broadcast is done. The Ray Rice video, before and after. Look at the before and after. There's no video of LeSean McCoy fighting two guys at a club. There's just reports of it. It's a lot harder to get an arrest warrant for that, obviously, and more importantly, it's more difficult to prosecute on that.
Yeah.
There's a video of it though, and now it's we have to paint this as LeSean McCoy. LeSean McCoy, ex-running back, and ex-running back Brinkley fighting two off-duty cops. Yeah, man, it's not going to be a good case for you, especially with, you play for the Buffalo Bills, Rex Ryan as your coach. It's basically a playoff or bust season for the Bills with Rex Ryan in charge. I don't know what to say at this point. Like, how many times are we going to see players getting into fights in clubs?
I wonder if the TMZ video is used like in a court case because it's got that big arrow. Like, this is LeSean McCoy, the guy making the case. Bing. The
Well, I would
arrow
say
points him out.
so TMZ edits it and they put in there. I am sure they use.
I know.
I know, but I'm saying is like they definitely.
I didn't think that video was shot, and the person who shot the video on his phone put the arrow. I mean, TMZ's video.
No, but
they do
obviously
that.
what I'm saying is in the actual, like the video itself will of course be used.
Oh, that's what I know. I was wondering if they would use it with TMZ to make their case. That was my initial point.
Was that the joke you're trying to make?
It was an easy joke. Anyone?
Yeah, but it was a terrible joke. So
it wasn't a terrible. It was an obvious play on what I was meaning. It's like it's clear they're pointing out who it was.
It might have been obvious. It wasn't funny. So Francis, at this point, I mean, what do you say? I mean, it's a regular. This is the first of, I'm going to throw out there 10 players over the next 2 years who will be involved in some kind of caught on TMZ. Camera phone fighting some type of person breaking some kind of rib over some sort of really dumb champagne-esque bill.
Yeah, and the thing is you wanna not like jump on the bandwagon and consistently say it's football players or everything's magnified, everything they do is quantified and broken down piece by piece. But the stats are there. It predominantly is American football players that are involved in this case, and this is what I say to you whenever I talk about it. It's almost just a broken record now. We see it constantly. We see domestic violence cases. We see police been involved in situations like this. I mean, the fact is that these two were unarmed, off-duty police officers. Just makes it worse, but bottom line is it doesn't matter. Like, they're still fighting people.
If they were off-duty construction workers, it's still bad that you broke their ribs.
It just makes it sound a lot worse, and people will run, they were off-duty cops. Well, they were off-duty cops that were involved in a fight as well. Like, so the thing is, it's like I can't judge on what happened based on that cloudy video. There's going to be a lot more details in there. You don't know who threw the first punch. You don't know who's involved. All you know is that this big-name player is involved in this case. It doesn't bode well for his reputation. It doesn't bode well for the reputation of the league, because Roger Goodell, many people dislike him, he must just be sitting there thinking, like, this just happens. This just happens non-stop. He must be expecting this to come at least once or twice a season. Some sort of case, whether it's involved in players fighting other people or it's people fighting their girlfriends or things like that. It's so prominent in this sport.
I just think with this one, it's prominent in the NFL, I'll give you that, but I think it's prominent in all sports everywhere. At least in America with the nightclub thing, people go out and celebrate. And video services. I'm simply just waiting for whatever types of video surface from like the Broncos celebration, and not that I would ever assume that anything bad happened, but in today's day and age, you can just grab a video of anything, take it out of context, and throw it up there. That's not out of context. That you see LeSean McCoy, like,
he was haymaking to the ribs.
Odd form.
You can see where the broken ribs.
It's an odd form of punch from LeSean McCoy.
And what was the one that happened? It wasn't a football player. It was Okafor, right?
Yeah, well, Jaleel's a loose cannon, so we don't know what that one. I mean, I hope he matures. Yeah. Right now, he's a loose cannon. We don't know. Obviously, things could change. Take Jameis Winston, for example, who was a loose cannon all through college. And obviously, in his first year, seemed pretty mature, seemed fine. Hopefully, that continues. But in terms of LeSean McCoy, we'll have more information as it comes out for you. Check Pro Football Talk. They'll probably be the first to announce if there was any arrest warrants. They were the first on it when it came to hard source information. For the Buffalo Bills, we don't know what's going to happen. I doubt this is something that the Buffalo Bills cut LeSean McCoy for. But regardless, he'll obviously have to be showing up in court at some point to plead his case. Guys, stop. You guys know at this point. People have phones. Stop going to nightclubs and beating up people. We're getting into fights outside a nightclub.
Or at least
we're just getting into fights at all.
Yeah.
It's champagne. You can afford it. Of all people, LeSean McCoy, you can afford the champagne. It's not worth the fight. Like, favorite, subscribe. We'll see you next time when the next NFL, NBA, MLB, maybe women's MMA, maybe women's softball, who knows, player beats up somebody in a nightclub and TMZ gets video for it, because it will happen again at some point in 2016. See you next time. Looking at you, Chip Kelly! You piece of bottom feeder scum shit!
At the night show.
Alright, we continue, Jabari. Jabari!